WEPL SomersetBridgwater 240-7 beat Taunton St Andrews 217 by 23 runs. Bridgwater recorded a second victory on this spin, led by a century from 16-year-old Will Smeed and a six-wicket haul from Ian Chauhan. Skipper Merv Hallaran won what was a vital toss and elected to bat on what was always going to be a challenging pitch for the batsmen. Bridgwater didn't get off to a great start when Liam Kitch was caught behind for a duck off of an absolute jaffa from James Hayman. However, this brought Smeed to the crease. He and Hallaran set about creating a platform and obliged with a partnership of 88 before the skipper was dismissed for a patient but crucial 54 from 84 balls. Drive. Bridgwater's Stu Butt in action against Taunton St Andrews. Wickets would fall steadily around young Smeed, with Max Waller being the only other batman to make it to double figures, 27. Having seen Bridgwater to 240-7 after dispatching 2 balls of the final over for 6, Smeed closed the innings on a breathtaking 106 not out from 136 balls, 7 fours and 4 sixes, with the game management shown by a player so young quite astonishing. Needing 241, Taunton St Andrews set about their run chase in a hurry, capitalizing on anything loose from the seam attack and dispatching the ball to all parts. Somerset's Tom Banton led the way with some clean striking and superb innovation, with a reverse lap over the slips for 6 from a free hit, arguably the highlight. The end of the power play saw the introduction of spin, and it wasn't long before Banton went after one too many off Waller, 2-42, smashing straight to short mid-wicket where Andrew Skidmore held a very sharp catch. Banton departed for 74 from 47 balls, and a steady procession of wickets followed, as Skidmore picked up the crucial wicket of James Regan early, with only Lloyd Ali offering support for opener Rob Contreras, as the Saints struggled against the Bridgwater spinners. When Contreras fell to a fine diving catch from Stewart Butt for the 7th wicket with the score on 170, Bridgwater may have been forgiven for thinking the hard work was done, but James Hayman was determined not to let the bowlers dominate. As Chauhan continued to chip away at the lower order, Hayman struck 3 sixes and 2 fours before he finally succumbed LBW to the bowling of Chauhan, 6-20 for 33, the final wicket as Taunton St Andrews were all out for 217. Match ball sponsor, TMB Patterns Limited, and travel sponsors Charles Dickens Estate Agents and Falcon Vehicle Solutions. Saturday sees Bridgwater entertain Go-Taker at the Parks, 12:30 p.m. start. On Thursday, Bridgwater under-19s host Wembden at the Parks, 6 p.m. England v Belgium will be on in the clubhouse, and a barbecue will be available. WEPL Somerset Shapwick. Stephen Tinian, 18, and Sam Edmonds, 28, started in their usual positive manner before Tinian was caught on the crease to one that kept slightly low. Wayne Spencer, 4, followed, and, as seems common this season, the Shapwick top order played themselves in before getting out, with John Stratton, 29, and Ben Rudge, 16, taking Shapwick to 119-5. Matt Boswell, 35, and Will Mason, 61 *, added 63, and Steve Coppell, 36, and Mason then added a further 69 as Shapwick posted 269-7. The second innings started brilliantly for away side, with a direct hit from Spencer being followed up by Coppell's first victim 2 balls later. It took Mason, 2-26, to have Woodman, 44, who was dropped twice, strangled at short fine leg after a partnership of almost 102 more quick wickets followed as Josh Luckins backed up his dismissal of Smith with a superb one-handed catch at mid-off off Mason. Shake, 42, and Thomas, 92, set about rebuilding the Deane innings. Harry Woolway returned and had Thomas caught at mid-off, but the onslaught continued as Gilchrist, 47 off 25, landed some huge blows. Boswell brilliantly stumped Gilchrist off a leg side wide, and it was left with Deane needing 17 off 12 balls. Shake struck a 6 first ball of the penultimate over, and it looked like Deane were home and host. They needed 7 from the final over, bowled by Coppell. The key dismissal of Shake, caught brilliantly at mid-wicket by Rudge, left Coppell, 2-31, the honours of bowling 2 dot balls to finish the game and secure a fantastic victory. WEPL Somerset Division Chart 164-5 beat North Petherton 160-5. WKTSA poor batting performance saw Pethy slip to a 5-wicket defeat at Leaders Chart on Saturday. Opting to bat first, skipper Paul Short opened with Lloyd Irish and was the first wicket to fall for 2. Irish battled away as wickets fell around him and, when he fell for a fine half-century, with 96 on the board, it was left to Nick Revens to take the mantle. But he was left high and dry on 32 as Jonathan Scott 3-16, and Akona Jeremiah Mbonga 3-39, finished off the Pethy batting lineup. As a result, they were all out for 160 with extras, 37, being the second highest scorer. It was never enough, but Lewis Knight and Will Pope ripped into the early chart batting with some success, Pope removing opener Nathan Johnson with just 1 on the board. At 62-3 it looked evenly balanced but for the fine form of Harvey Denning. He was joined by Danny Cleland. The pair pushed the score on to 144 before Denning fell to short for a fine 72, which included 11 fours and 1 6. Cleel saw out the innings to guide Chart home with 5 wickets to spare. Lewis Knight, 0-23 off 10, bowled well without luck, and Ryan Mepham took 2-47 off 10. WEPL Somerset Minehead 212 beat Bridgwater seconds 185-27 runs. High flyers Minehead were just too strong for Bridgwater at the Parks on Saturday. Batting first, Minehead reached 212 all out against a strong home attack, with only Freddie Wilson, 46, and Andrew Woodward, 37, looking comfortable. There were 2 wickets apiece for Scott Clapp, Tom Bellinger and Todd Barrett. Bridgwater's reply was based around a fine 58 from Jonathan Vickery, but 27 was the next highest score as Ian Buchanan and Dan Bowditch took 4 wickets apiece to ensure victory. Bridgwater seconds travelled to North Petherton on Saturday. WEPL Somerset Division from 292-5 beat Wempton 133-159 runs. WEMBDON visited Frome on Saturday and were well beaten by their high-flying opponents. The visitors won the toss and elected to bowl first, sensing that the best chance of dismissing 2 of the league's most prolific scorers was in the first half an hour of the day's play. Brendan Pope and James Annison did cause the Frome openers some problems, but with no luck. The pitch became easier to bat on and both Led and Sanger increased the run rate significantly, going on to share a stand of 160 for the first wicket. Led was first to reach his half-century, closely followed by Sanger, with the latter first to depart for 56 when he was caught in the covers off Josh Henry. The dangerous Crocker came and went quickly, with Liam Pigden claiming a good stumping off Henry. After 30 overs, Frome had reached 189-3 with the ball reaching the boundary far too easily. Led would go on to make his century, but Tim Bennett eventually bowled him for 116. Sam Putty was successful in claiming 2 middle-order wickets, but Frome went on to declare on 292-5. Wempton's innings started positively, with Bingham striking the first ball for 4 and Jack Lowe striking 2 glorious drives through the covers. With the score on 12, Lowe got a leading edge and was first to be dismissed. Bingham and Putty moved the score along to 25 when Putty was unlucky to be caught and bowled, a great catch by Crocker. Bingham shortly followed, caught in the slips, and now Wempton were 37-3. Pope, 21, and Daniel James Stone, 18, moved the score to 51 when Pope was caught, bringing the informed Henry to the crease to accompany James Stone. The pair added 51 for the 5th wicket in a classy partnership with some flowing drives and good running. With the score on 102-5, Frome captain Mark Sanger accounted for 3 of the lower order quickly. Wempton's innings fizzled out in the 33rd over for just 133, a disappointing result but no change to the league position. Match sponsors, Ian Falconer.